Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Big Lou podcast. My name is Big Lou. I'm an independent musician, born and raised in the Caribbean, but now I'm based in London, Ontario, Canada. In August of 2019, at 28 years old, without any experience in the music world, I decided to become a rapper. And since then, I've had some really incredible opportunities and I've learned a lot of valuable lessons along the way. I am growing Big Lou as big as possible as an independent artist. And on this podcast, I share stories about my journey, insights into the Canadian music industry, and whatever else I feel like discussing with whomever else I feel like discussing because it is my podcast, damn it. So if you like what you're hearing, please go ahead and subscribe. I'm currently trying to get to 500 subscribers. Let's jump in. Welcome to episode number 24 of the Big Lou podcast. I'm a little bit chilly up in my basement right now. I don't know about you where you're watching, but I hope it's a little bit warmer for you because this is no joke. Anywho, in episode number 24 of the podcast, we're going to be talking a little bit about some awesome motivational quotes and then a couple of personal stories around them as well, just to hopefully inspire some action, whether it's for myself so I can watch this back later when I'm having those kinds of moments where I need that boost, or inspire action for you, whoever is watching this. So whether you're an artist or not, I think you can take something from these quotes, hopefully. And if you don't, then I'm not doing my job properly. All right, everything's sounding good. Everything's looking okay. First quote that I want to start off with. I got three quotes that I want to talk about. And this will probably be a shorter episode because I got to run, do some things real quick. But the first quote is: Life doesn't get any easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. And I really like this quote because over time, I've come to realize that, like, as I do, I get better at doing. And I think there's power in that because no matter what you do, the more that you do it, you inevitably get better at doing. The moment you begin start, changing processes or relearning or starting over, it becomes more challenging to extract those intricate details and those skills of having done something for a duration of time. Um, um, and that's just what life is. Like, you have to show up, you have to wake up every single day and do life. And ideally, the more that you do life, the better at it you get. Of course, if you're not doing this with intention, it can go awry. Things go unplanned, even if you are focused and intentional with everything that you do. But inevitably, the things that bothered you when you were 5 years old, when you were 10 years old, don't really affect you now. The things that caused you drama and pulled your mind in directions that you couldn't handle, you couldn't navigate properly as a teenager, aren't really issues when you're in your mid 20s, when you're in your early 30s. And it's just a matter of, like, not the fact that life doesn't have these obstacles anymore. It's just we're stronger, we're more resilient. Those things don't affect us. We don't find ourselves in those positions anymore either. And so, like, be proud of the things that you've overcome. Be proud of the things that you've sustained throughout your life, no matter how old you are. The fact that you're here with us doing this thing right now means that you have some experience and some resilience and some strength to you. So I encourage you to just keep on putting yourself out there, giving yourself a little bit of slack whenever life seems tough or unforgiving, and just kind of remember that you're gonna need to make your way through that. This quote wasn't planned, but I'll attach it to this one. Um, if you find yourself in hell, keep on going. Like, why would you stop and stay in hell? It's a choice that you get to make. Sometimes the choice is more challenging than not. And sometimes you don't see the choice very clearly, which is cool. Over time, as you experience more life, hopefully the choice presents itself in different forms and you get to make it to, embrace a stronger, more resilient future. So yeah, that's something I wanted to share. Life doesn't get any easier or more forgiving. We just get stronger and more resilient. And please forgive me. I don't have the people who quoted, who said these quotes, but I didn't come up with them either. That's for sure. The second quote I want to dive into is: It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Um, and I draw a lot of wisdom from this too, for two reasons. The first is I started my artistry at 28 years old. I did motivational speaking. I pursued it a little bit before, and so I get to use those skill sets in what I do now. Um, but it wasn't until I was 28 when I decided to begin music properly, without any previous experience, and and since then I've been able to excel in various forms of the business, and the art elements of it all. But I started at 28, so like all first 28 years of my life, I wasn't even moving. And so not even moving is pretty much as slow as you can go. And so it doesn't matter how slow I was going then because I showed up and I started to do it now and I haven't stopped now. And I'm so grateful for that. But I think another second perspective that I think is a better example of the power of this quote is it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Is I recently met with a friend who's been running a business for about 5 years in the cannabis space, cannabis consulting, and she is absolutely crushing it. Super inspirational. But I won't lie, I was a little bit nervous. I was a little bit intimidated. I was like, "Dang, she's crushing it out here, and I am not." And it's those words that kill you, those comparison words. The and what about me? And I'm not doing that. And I hate. Well, I don't want to say I hate that I had that thought. I suppose hate doesn't fit there. Um, but I didn't like that I had that thought. Uh, uh, because first and foremost, I often tell others not to, compare themselves to other people. Just compare yourself to you previously, to how you used to perform, or whatever the case may be. But I found myself comparing myself to a friend, not only like a person out there, but like a friend. Um, and I'm so happy for them as well. And proud of all that she's accomplishing. But still, I found myself for a little bit comparing myself to them. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, we're completely doing different things. In 5 years, I was able to do some stuff with my business. It's not looking like quote unquote the success that she's generated, but like I've still been able to accomplish a lot. And um, and I'm very proud of what I've done as well. And maybe the next person to us in that same 5 year period outperforms the two of us combined, or does a little bit less than what we've done. And it's not to say that like any one of us is better or worse, um, in terms of quote unquote success. I just I think we'd all be successful for having continued and for having pursued and for having grown in the different ways that we've done it. So it doesn't really matter how fast or slow you're going as long as you do not stop, and try not to compare yourself to others because it doesn't necessarily help you unless you use it as inspiration, unless you use it as a way of like studying them, being like, hey, I really like what they're doing over there. How do I implement that into what I'm doing? Whether it's in your direct line of business, whether it's in your personal relationships, how you conduct yourself, how you behave day to day, whatever the case may be. Study, observe, analyze. Don't criticize. No one wants to be criticized unless they ask for it. Um, and then when you do quote unquote criticize, provide it from a positive framework. Don't tear down, um, because you never know fully where they're coming from or what their story is or why they're doing it the way they're doing it. Um, just be proud of the fact that they're doing it and that they're asking you for wisdom. I think is really cool. The last one that I want to do is keep your face. This is quote number 3. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. One more time. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and the shadows will fall behind you. I really like this quote too. I should have gotten the people who said these things, but you could do a quick Google search to find the authors of these quotes. But yes, keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. how I interpret this is, and how it resonates with me is, being happy or seeking joy or choosing positivity or feeling gratitude is all a choice. Um, and you can choose to, get up and think about the negative thoughts, the less positive patterns that we may have, um, complain about different things that may feel out of our control. We can choose to just stay in bed and do nothing all day. We can complain about having nothing to do when in fact we have so much to do. Um, um, or we can do the opposite of all those things. We can get up and take initiative. We can create ambitious goals. We can find opportunities, seek opportunities to add to our lives or to remove something from our lives. And it's just a matter of a decision. Whether it's cloudy or whether it's rainy or whether it's super, super hot out there, the sun is always, always in the sky. And so we get to make the decision, no matter what is going on in our direct environment, to keep our face towards the sunshine. And we trust that the sun is there because we know it's there, because it's always there. And whatever else is around you that's having a negative influence around you seems to fall behind. And a little bit of a story that I want to share around this is that at work recently, and I've been bartending at a restaurant now for almost, I think, 9 months. Um, and this is the third time that I've worked at this restaurant, and I've known my general manager for since 2013 now. Um, and she's seen very, very different versions of me. Let's just say that for now. And I wasn't always positive, full of energy, trying to help this and that. I was a good kid, um, but I was troubled. I was very troubled, and I used to love to complain. I used to love to, like, drink a lot, party a lot. Partying's still fun and that kind of stuff, but like I wasn't taking care of myself, my soul, my body, my mind, nothing like that. And after a whole bunch of different kinds of situations that I found myself going through, I found myself making the decision to choose to leave the darkness behind and to embrace the light. And now being back at the restaurant, spending time with some of my coworkers and with the same general manager, I oftentimes have them approach me and be like, "Hey, Louis, like, why are you so happy all the time? Like, you never seem to be upset. Like, why are you always smiling? Like, what are you thinking about? What are you doing? Like, it's noticeable." And when I get those kinds of comments, it's awesome. It's heartwarming. It gives me a little bit more energy to keep on wearing that smile. And I promise you, I don't always feel like smiling and that kind of thing. It's not like I have a smile on all the time. Don't get me wrong. But like, it's because of the practice and the work that I've put in over time. If you practice gratitude, like I mentioned earlier, the more that you do, the better you get at doing. So I practice gratitude, and the more gratitude I practice, the easier it is to just feel gratitude constantly. No matter if a shitty situation is happening, you just be like, well, at least it's gonna come to an end, and that's a good feeling. So you hold on to that kind of thing. But it was very meaningful to have my colleagues, and my GM comment, based off of observation, the fact that I have made this decision to face the sunshine and let those shadows fall behind me. It's not like I'm ignoring the shadows, don't get me wrong. I address them head on. Well, I do my best, whenever the need or the opportunity comes. But I don't focus on the shadow. I don't focus on the dark. I focus on the light. I carry it with me. I walk towards it. I amplify it. And I really think it's helped me continue and grow and allow me to build what it is that I'm building. And so I hope you're able to take some of that wisdom and apply it to whatever it is that you've got going on, any projects or personal projects that you've got in your life. And also, if you have any quotes that you want to share, I would love to hear back from them. I want to do some more motivational type stuff as well, share some more stories. We'll see what else I get into, whether it's more vulnerable, um, or humorous, or a combination of everything. But we're gonna have some fun with it. I like the motivational type uh, 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 talks, and we're gonna get it going. Hey, thank you so much for rocking with us until the very end. It does mean so much that you were here with us. Want to take this time to invite you to share any experiences that you may have with today's topic, or any questions that you may have. If you even send us a video, send me a video of your question, I may include it in the video, which would be dope. Thank you though for staying until the end. If you haven't yet subscribed, I would really appreciate that gesture. Just go ahead, click that button. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. It's my next goal, and it would really help me grow my business to the next level. Something else that you can do is just share this with a friend. It really goes a long way, and it helps me not rely entirely on the algorithm. That's it. That's everything for now, though. My name is Big Lou. This is the Big Lou Podcast, and I hope to see you in real life real soon. Peace.